Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily go getimism number 822 for January 2nd, 2006, 2017. Listen, tonight I want to talk to y'all about living your life in decades, living them in the tens. Do you see any patterns between 10 years of your life if you have enough decades in your life to be able to clock some patterns? So, for example, if you're over 30 years old, you're in your 30s, whether in your 40s, your 50s, 60s, however high you can go in your age frame, think about your life in terms of what year it is and 10 years ago, and maybe even where you want to be 10 years from now. Like, how many differences or similarities do you see between 2007 and 2017? There were a lot of things going on in 2007 that weren't as pressing probably in our minds as it is in 2017. For example, socially, politically, the president was George W. Bush, and although he was a really bad president, we were kind of used to him. He was in his second term, and we knew that we had another year and a half to go before he was fully out of office. So we were pretty much ready to grin and bear it. You know, Iraq war was going on, Afghanistan was going on. This is all 2007. Like, this is before anybody knew about or was really thinking about Barack Obama as a presidential candidate and everything like that. So a lot of those things were going down. So I mean, you think about that in terms of 2007. Now take it 20 years ago. In 1997, Bill Clinton was the president, and this is when Bill Clinton was in his heyday. This is before the Monica Lewinsky scandal and all that kind of stuff, because that didn't come out until 1998. So the economy seemed like it was pretty good, people making money, but there were also some bad things going on. As far as our people were concerned, but we didn't even really realize that. So you look at 1998, and you see that although people were making money, it seemed like businesses were thriving and things like that. We also had the three strikes rule that was going on. It was three strikes. Like, if you had three felony offenses, then you received lifetime sentences in jail. That was under the Bill Clinton administration. It was crazy. So those are social and political things. Now think about in your own life what was going on with you in 2007. And when you really think about it, 2007, 10 years ago, it really doesn't seem like it. It's one of those things where you have to ask yourself, where did all the time go? In 2007, my baby girl was 1 year old in this month. She was just about to turn 1 year old. So I was a new father. I was feeling really good about that. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready for my baby's first birthday. And, I just competed. Well, I just auditioned for Def Comedy Jam. Did real good. I was told that I was going to be on the show. I was politicking with the producer, and like, I'm touring. Hey, a lot of good things was happening for me career-wise, so I was thinking like 2007 was going to be my year. But none of those things came into fruition. Y'all might have noticed that y'all never saw me on Def Comedy Jam. But it's cool though. I still had a lot of irons in the fire. I still had a lot of enthusiasm. I still had a lot of career goals and stuff like that. And my personal life was straight too. So fast forward into 2017, I'm thinking like, politically, we have a new president coming in, a president that's being endorsed by KKK and skinheads and all kinds of right-wing radical groups and a president that has shown his dislike or lack of appreciation for immigrants and Muslims, not looking favorably among black people, Latinos, or other immigrants coming into the country, it's not a good look. So we don't know what's going to happen with that. In 2007, rather, we knew what we was working with George W. Bush. Switching over from Barack Obama into the Trump era, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen, and a lot of people are nervous and scared about that. So, where I was seeing a lot of optimism in 2007. Like, I'm thinking from 2007 to 2008 is looking good for me, really, really good. 2017, things may be looking really, really good for me as far as career is concerned. But socio-politically, I don't know what's going to happen. 1997, it was the same thing. 1997, I was thinking, everything's looking all right. There was a feeling of stability, even though there were some things going on socially that I didn't know about. I wasn't up on that. Politics and stuff like that. I wasn't up on that. And if you take it all the way back to 1987, shoot, I was 16 years old at this time. And, you know what I mean? It's just doing my thing, running wild. My little high top fade, and, you know what I'm saying? Sony Walkman, and Goose Down, Bombers. Hey, man. I remember a whole lot of things, but when you think about the patterns in your life, and that's really what I want y'all to do in this video. Think about the patterns in your life. If you're over 30 years old, then you could remember 20 years ago, I'm sure, because it's not that far away from you. You know what I mean? But even if you're 40 or 50s, 60s, whatever, think about the things that were going on in your life 10 years ago and measure those things by what's going on in your life right now. If you were stressed out in 2007, maybe you were battling illnesses in 2007. Are you still battling those same illnesses? Are you still stressed out? Are you still battling depression? Are you still, or are you happy like you were in 2007? Or think about this: if you could switch 2007, what was going on in 2007 at this time with what's going on at this time in 2017, would you switch it? Do you feel like you've come far in the 10 years? Have you made a lot of progress personally? I'll tell y'all one thing. In 2007, I was still drinking. And I was drinking fairly heavily. I was a weekend warrior. I didn't even drink during the week at all. But I would, get my drink on heavy on the weekends, and it was really getting in the way. And I practiced a lot of reckless behavior through drinking, because I'm wild anyway. But back then I was, thinking back to 2007, I was really wild. And I was like wild with a cap on the bottle. Like, I would get right up into the point, right up into the line, but I wouldn't cross the line. But I would get right on there and dance right on the line. So now I don't drink anymore. So that is a personal progressive point for me. And I'm not, listen, everybody has their individual things that they're doing in their lives, but for the purpose of this video, I really want you to think about 10 years ago, and even if you do 2016, because some of us are still stuck in 2016. Think about 2006. What was going on in 2006? Do you see any similarities? Do you see any patterns? Are the differences really big differences? Are there significant differences in your life? Are you still hanging with the same people? Are the same people your friends? Do you still love in the same way? Do you still receive love in the same way? Do people look at you in the same way as they did in 2007 as they do now? Do you look at people the same way now as you did in 2007? Were you battling any trust issues in 2007 versus 2017? Do you feel like you were more of a free thinker in 2007 than you are in 2017? Have you learned more in 2017 than you had known previously in 2007? Are you around as many influential people in 2017 than you were in 2007? Or were in 2007, were you around much more influential people? Influential people in a positive way. Just think about it. You know what I mean? You may start to see some things like, if you really get to know yourself, and that's all this exercise is really about. If you really get to know yourself, you know your capabilities, know your tendencies, you know what patterns that you follow, understand your habits. That's really getting to know yourself, and if you can really do that, then you can start to help yourself more than you can if you just ignore anything that's going on with you. It's not a good look. So we can get it together. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and think about it. 10 years ago, 2007, what was going on in your life versus what's going on in 2017? 1997, what was going on then? What's going on now versus what's going on then? What's going on in here, up here? What's going on in here? 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Have you found love since 2007? Have you given up on love in 2017? Or vice versa? Had you given up on love in 2007, and found a way to keep fighting and searching, or maybe have found it in 2017? Love, trust, stress, depression, worry, sacrifice, family, friendship, loyalty, partnership, business. 2017 versus 2007 versus 1997 versus 1987 versus 1977 versus 1967. See, I'm really not as smart as I think I am. Or other people think I am. The Daily Go Getterism Show is every single day at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call-in number is 319-527-6199. You don't have to speak if you call in. You can just call in and listen to the entire show on your cell phone or home phone or whatever. It's a good way to listen to the show if you're mobile, especially that early in the morning. blogtalkradio.com/son752. That's how you can listen online. Make an account too with Blog Talk Radio and get in the chat room. Please share this video. That's one thing that I really want to ask y'all to do in 2017. Please share this video. That's the difference between me in 2017 than in 2007. In 2007, I may not have asked directly for what I wanted. I may have let my pride get in the way. My ego ruled a lot more of myself in 2007 than it does in 2017. I still have an ego. I'm still a very proud man. But now I realize that there are times to put that shit to the side, and I can do that. Can you do it? Maybe you can. You might be able to do it much better than me. But could you do it in 2007? Will you be able to do it in 2027? I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.